All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are unpacking a really cryptic but maybe world-changing idea from Elon Musk. And get this, it's not about a physical robot. It's about something that could be way more valuable, living right inside your computer.
So it all kicked off with this post right here. Elon Musk just drops this bombshell about a project between Tesla and his AI company, XAI. And he claims it's, quote, capable of emulating the function of entire companies. I mean, wow, that is a massive claim, right? So let's really get into what he's talking about here.
Okay, so let's get into it, because you hear Optimus and your mind immediately goes to that humanoid robot, right? But nope, Digital Optimus is a totally different beast. It's invisible, it's virtual. And to really get it, you kind of have to reset your brain about what automation even is.
Okay, first things first. The physical robot, that's for factory floors, for manual labor. But that's not the real prize. The real target, the big one for massive scale automation, is somewhere completely different.
You know, we always picture robots on an assembly line when we think about automation. But the real engine of the economy, that's knowledge work. We're talking about accountants, lawyers, managers, engineers, all of it. And that white-collar market, it's not just a little bigger. It's way more valuable. That's the prize.
And the difference in scale here, it's just staggering. Think about it. A physical robot costs a ton of money and time to build, one by one. But a digital worker, you can just copy-paste it. You can deploy it 1,000,000 times for basically nothing. The value potential there is just, it's on a whole other planet.
So what Tesla and XAI are going after here? This isn't some small incremental improvement. No way. They are literally trying to automate the biggest slice of the entire labor economy pie. It's huge. Okay, so the goal is gigantic. But how do you even start to tackle automating all of white-collar work? I mean, where do you begin? Well, the genius here is that you don't go job by job, you go back to first principles. You find the one thing that connects almost every single office job in the world.
And that's where Musk's key insight comes in. From asking this really simple but brilliant question. What's the one thing, the one universal interface that connects a lawyer in New York, an engineer in Tokyo, and a marketing manager in Berlin? What do they all have in common?
It's the screen, the computer screen. That's it. It's the modern workbench, right? Think about it. Writing code, designing something, crunching numbers in a spreadsheet, sending an email, it all happens on a screen. That's the battlefield. So the logic is, if you can master the screen, you can master work itself.
So this brings us to the core logic, the first principles breakdown. Step 1, the most valuable thing to automate is labor. Step 2, white-collar labor is the biggest chunk of that. Step 3, almost all white-collar work happens on a screen. So, Step 4, the key to unlocking all of this is to first master the screen. See how that just completely reframes the whole problem?
Okay, so that's the what and the why. But how does it actually work? Well, the tech is this really clever two-part system. You can think of it like a digital brain with its own eyes and hands.
So, the first part is all about perception. Just imagine a piece of software that's watching an employee's computer all day. But here's the key. It's not just recording a video of the screen. That would be a ton of messy, useless data. It's doing something way, way smarter.
Instead of just a video, the system translates everything happening on screen into a clean, simple, text-based list of actions, an event stream. So instead of a blurry video of a mouse moving, you just get click Save button, or typed Hello World in email. It's this breakdown that's absolutely crucial for an AI to actually understand what a human is doing. And this is where you get this really powerful partnership. You have Tesla's hardware acting like the instinct system, the eyes and hands basically. Its only job is to watch the screen and create that simple event stream. Then you have XAI's Grok, which is the thinker. That's the brain. It takes that simple stream, understands the context, and decides what to do next. Eyes and hands meet brain. Okay, now you're probably thinking, wait a minute, other companies are trying to do this stuff too. And you're right. So what makes Tesla's plan so special? What's their secret weapon? Well, believe it or not, the answer has everything to do with their long, long journey to build self-driving cars.
It turns out that the core problem for self-driving, taking a ton of messy video from cameras and turning it into a simple, understandable description of the world, like car is stopping or pedestrian crossing, is the exact same problem as watching a computer screen and turning it into a clean event stream. They've literally been solving this exact problem for over a decade. And this is where the real secret weapon kicks in. See, Tesla doesn't just use off-the-shelf chips from a company like NVIDIA. They build their own custom hardware, their own silicone, like the AI4 chip in their cars that is purpose-built, hyper-optimized for this one single task, turning video into a clean data stream.
And we're not talking about a small improvement here. This isn't like 10% better. The claim is that this specialized hardware could make their whole system up to 1,000 times more efficient, 1,000 times cheaper to run than anyone else trying to do this with general-purpose parts. That's insane.
1,000x cost advantage. That just changes the entire game. It means they could, in theory, roll this out to companies for free, just to suck up mountains of training data. They could create a data feedback loop that no one else could ever hope to match. They could win on scale alone, completely crushing the competition.
So, where is all this headed? What's the end game? What is the really audacious, out-there goal for Digital Optimus? Well, you just have to look at the internal code name for the project. It kind of says everything. Get this. The project is called Macrohard. Yeah, it's a funny but also incredibly ambitious shot at Microsoft. And it tells you everything you need to know about the scale of their ambition. They're not just trying to build another app. They're trying to build the entire next foundation for how white-collar work gets done. And this is really the key thing to take away from all this. Digital Optimus isn't about making a slightly smarter Siri or Alexa. The goal, right from the horse's mouth, is to build one system that can learn and then do all the jobs of an entire company just by watching the screen. And that leaves us with a pretty wild final thought, doesn't it? If one single AI can learn to do every single job that happens on a computer, what does a company even look like in the future? We're not just talking about changing a few jobs here. We're talking about changing the very idea of what a corporation is. When software can be the company, what happens next? That's the massive question Digital Optimus puts on the table.